this morning. Next before the massage. Yeah. Oh, we have someone in this first.
Normally I do this only in the last year.
So the guy just shows
different nationalities, different cultures, different traditions. A simple example for uniting diversity, I would say, is Radiance offices or even all the other ships also sometimes. We have from different countries, different cultures. For example, it's different sometimes understand different people's different behavior. Like for example, yesterday I called one of my Jamaican girl who was working in the Galley at the book. I called her like this, and then she's saying like this also. So I asked her, what did you mean by the Chilean? I call you like this, and she said, Jamaica, it means bye bye. So she said, if you want me to come to you, and then she said, call me like this, not like this, it means bye bye. In my country, I call people like this. So, but still, it's interesting to meet different people. That's why it's very interesting. And here, this is a buffet station, and this is otherwise called as a. You still can come inside, so you can all hear. If there is any kid, maybe they can come in the front here. Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. All come over here in the front, kids. Don't be so scared. You guys okay this morning? This is our buffet station where we normally do all the full works. And otherwise, we call it as a garde-manger station in French culinary terminology. Where you can see the guys are getting ready for some of the displays. They're nice and beautiful for the last day. And all the salads are being prepared here, the lettuce and cold cuts, cheeses, the salmon plate, the cheese platters, everything is being prepared. And some of the equipment what we use here is the vegetable processor here. The one in the corner you can see here, and they have some of the plates right there. So whatever you want to slice the onions, peel the onions, put it inside, just bang it, and then you get it done. And you want to julienne the carrot, grate the carrot, shred the cabbage, everything is done. So there's nothing much to do with the knife for Mr. Paz. So today Mr. Paz wanted to demonstrate something with the papaya. So if you all can have a look at it, how beautifully he carved it with the papaya. And this is a smaller example of his artistry skill. And you see the dimensions of the cards almost resembles a real one. You see the way how he carves on. I give you a copy on this paper for you for kitchen free. Don't eat it, yeah? Normally he use sometimes apples, so today I don't have any apples. And this is the person who is our buffet decorator. And as you can see, he is wearing a red scarf. So you're going to see when you come up to the gallery, you're going to see some people with different colors of neck. So you might be asking a question, what does the color mean? So the red color means that he's responsible for this station. So he runs this station. So he's a smaller manager for this buffet station. So if I want anything to get done, and I'm going to contact him, and you're going to have his assistant who is wearing a blue scarf. And that is going to be another one more color, which you might be seeing on the other side of the station. It's a yellow scarf. And I will let you know, or I'll ask you to come here. Just a moment, I will introduce it also. Why you wear a yellow scarf? Louder, I don't see you. Coming the first contact and the first So as you can all hear that he is first time on board and the first time in Radiance. So you don't know which is the good side, which is the starboard side, right? So he's been here for a while, so he's well aware of what he's doing now. And he's already 6 months already? 7 months, so he's pretty mature. But the reason why we asked him to wear a yellow scarf is to just to recognize them that he's new, and then we need to assist him in all the way or whatever he is doing it. So look at this papaya, beautiful.
Wow.
So you see the dimensions of this one, the petals. And I hope everybody can see this one. So those who want to take pictures can also take a couple. Beautiful, right? I'm not going to give you this. Mr. Paz have ice carving demonstration, so I recommend you all visit and you see how fast he is doing all the ice carvings. Centrum or in Centrum, I think number 4, Centrum. But it's better, you can always watch even from deck by also. So you still have all the way through up, so you can get the top angle also. But if you're going to walk up and down, he's going to finish because he takes only 10 minutes to finish it off. It's really quick, and you can see how he really 1:15. 1:15 a.m. 1 p.m. 1:15, you all will be in the bed in the morning tomorrow, right? Okay. And this is another boss. You have one more boss for him. It is actually also in charge of the fish station. Mita, and he is also a wonderful decorator. Now they have a competition between both of the guys. So Mr. Bass can do a small, simple flower or something like a star. So we'll give it to the kids here at the front. You can keep on, he wants one. They got only two. So let me see how the head buffet man is going to make something with the apple. Where did you get your apple from? So who wants the apple, who wants the pepper? Pinky Monkey, go ahead. See the way how the apple is being carved, it's small and thick. You can see the sharpness of the knife. See? Kids, can you make what is going to be with the apple done? Make a guess? Dragon? Does it look like a dragon? I mean, it's not. One paper for you. Paper for boys and apples for girls.
Oh.
They can share, one thing each. So, do you have any questions in the buffet station? All the cold work's done here, and you can see all the table counters, everything is being used as a refrigerator. Considering the space constraints in the ship, you need to utilize all the space as much as possible. So, normally we use this as a working table. So, all the bottom ones are the refrigerator counters, and we have one big refrigerator where it can accommodate at least 20 people like pass inside. So, let's go into the galley. You can still pass through inside, or you can walk outside also. So whoever wants to come inside can also feel free to come inside. 4. The only difference in deck number 4 and 5 is that we have bakery and we don't have bakery downstairs in deck 4, and so it will be pastry downstairs. So other than that, the setting and all the equipment, everything is the same. And instead of buffet station, you're going to see the soup station. So that's all the difference. So you're going to see some extra soup kettles, and I have another one also going on down. So I thought I can bring it to deck 5 so that I can put it inside the galley where it is not in operation, so I can describe it much more. So this is our galley. I can explain. The first one is the griller that you can see in the back. It's a griller. Okay, it's the griller where we normally grill our meats. And you see the flat griddle. That's the one where we normally make the stir fry and all the stuff. We use that as a cooking top. And this is a salamander. It's very simple to operate. It's an off, a low heat or a high heat. This is really a clear heat. We use this to gratinate all the gratins, the stuff that we cook it in the oven, and then we finish with the cheese on top. And sometimes the cheeseburger, when the burger is cooked, put the cheese on top, gratinate a little bit until it gets melted, and all the way that's the way it's done. And how do you think that I'm going to run the galley during the operation, during the service? Isn't that amazing for you all that you're serving chicken, you're serving beef, you're serving all sorts of things for 1,200 passengers for deck number 4. First sitting it can accommodate 1,100 persons. I mean, you can imagine how difficult this is going to be. Say for if we are on a table of 10, and one guest order chicken, one order pasta, one order chicken or beef or fish or pork, one appetizer as a main course, one dessert as a main course. So how do you think that is going to be possible? So this is the way the line works. I'm going to demonstrate now how the line is going to work. So we have line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, and line number 4. As you can see, this is one unit having the bain maries can insert pan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pans inside. So the first line is going to be the beef line, and there are going to be 4 guys inside. The second line is going to be the chicken line. The fourth line is going to be the fish line. And the last line is going to be the pasta and vegetarian. So there will be 4 guys working in the lines. If you want, you can also come through this way also if you still want to see inside, so you can have a much more better view. So the first line, there will be 4 guys inside, and there will be 1 bench cook who is working in the back and replenishing the vegetable in a shopping dish. And you're going to put it on the line, and the guy who will stand here, take the plate out, which is kept already in the plate warmer, and then you're going to arrange it, the vegetables first, the guy in the next hand put the baked potato or mashed potato or whatever it is. The guy in the third line will put the sauce, and if it is a steak, he put the meat. The guy in the man is called a meat man. And then the last guy will make the sauce, and then he plate it up. So the chicken is complete. So before I start the galley, I get an order already, because you all already make your orders already. So the waiter takes in the order, and he put it all there in the smaller pinpointed board. And then before I start the line, I see how many number of chickens. I compare all the chickens. There will be 1 chef at bed who's entering into the chronos in the crunch time system, and he's going to tell me, chef, I have 120 chickens. So I cook 100 chicken, get it ready, ready to now. So I have all my chicken is ready. The only thing that a guy needs to do is to replenish the vegetable in the back, and the guys need to put it on the plate. So when the waiter comes inside, he finish off all the beef order. So I will be standing outside in the beef line controlling the waiters, not to go into the line just like a crowded one. So they're going to wait in the line and they're going to come inside. So the beef line, I'm going to call them 1 medium rare, 1 medium with the baked potato, 1 medium rare with the mashed potato. So the guys have everything inside, so it's done. Second line, he comes for chicken, and the fourth line, third line, he comes for fish. The last line, he go for vegetable and pasta. So for a stable of maybe 10, 12, or how many hours it is all done. So he goes inside. So it might take about 10, or sometimes the waiter comes to 6:45, it might take some time for him to reach you. The reason why is because there's a lot of waiters on the line. So now you're going to imagine, how am I going to cook my prime rib, or how am I going to cook my steak for 1 minute? So likewise the same goes. Like if I want to cook my Angus steak to medium rare, medium well, I rotate it. I convert my medium rare to medium, and medium to medium well, and the medium well to well done. So I can make always the rare and medium rare as quick as possible before I take mine 2 minutes. So to start the line, I normally cook some steak and put it on the line. So it's easier. The guys can plate it up. The guy who outside stays outside, put the butter, put the garnish, and then ready to go. So it makes it quite simple, right? That's all the secret. Now you can imagine. So it's pretty easy. It's really easy. You can always see the guy who chef inside is always running like a chicken. Oh, the chicken here, I need some more sauce, I need some more vegetables here, putting on all the lines, putting the guys and now shouting at the waiters, guys, please wait for a while, do not start. The waiter going to tell in turn, my guest is waiting inside. And I'm going to tell him, I have my chicken cooking inside, what do you want me to do? It's always fun, you know, it's a very interesting thing to work in the service line. And as you can see all, so this is our cooking top, I would say, and in anywhere in the galley you will never be able to see an open flame. The reason why is considering the safety issue, there's a higher possibility of getting fired, right? So we normally use this. It's an electric compartment where you normally have the controls right in the back. You just need to only switch on, and then I use some of the pot like this. It's really hot a little bit now. And I use that as a cooking unit, and then I put my vegetables or whatever I want to do actually. So there is no open flames in the galley. And this is another salamander. So whenever I finish cooking or sealing anything, I use these racks, I rest it here, and according to the order, I get it cooked. I normally don't use a little bit heavier or bigger containers or something, but this is already a huge pot and I'm only 3 of us inside the back of the sky. This is tiltable, as you can see here. This is tilted, right? So whatever you cook inside, I have a small container or whatever, and then I get it done. It makes your life more easier. So now he's preparing some Indian food here for the Ninjama. And this is my tea for the place where I normally keep my cooked food. So how am I going to cook my prime rib? This one, if I'm going to cook it in my convection oven, it's going to be making my meat shrink. And this one I cook it overnight. So medium rare compartment, medium compartment, medium well, and each carrying different temperatures.
Oh.
It's all in the controllable on the top panel on top. So when the service begins, if I want a medium rare, I take it from here. If I want a rare, I take it from here, or vice versa, or whatever it is. So whatever the space that I have extra, I reserve my cooked chicken inside, and I reserve my baked potato inside, and reserve my vegetables, some of them, like a root vegetable, which might take a little bit longer time, all inside. So during the service time, I actually don't do anything, just only pre-plate it. So this is how it is, and any questions for Galley?
Are all the chefs supposedly through culinary art schools, or?
Yes, some of the chefs sometimes, the guest was asking a question that do all the chefs carry a culinary certificate? Like for example, I did my college in my country back home, I did for 3 years, but there are sometimes the chefs who may be getting experience and who will not have a culinary art certificate. But for those folks, we have an on-board culinary training program for us to teach them what our expectation is and what is the American culinary expectation is. We will qualify them, we will certify them. And it's a nice question actually, and we still have one culinary trainer now says working down and doing the certification down. You're going to ask some of the questions. How do you make a white sauce? How do you make a vinegar sauce? And all those questions. We have around 9 different outlets in Galley. We have one unpacking room downstairs, we have one pigs preparation deck, we have a butcher shop, and we have Galley number 4, Galley number 5, pastry shop, soup stations, CV Cafe, Windjammer Cafe Galley, Portofino Galley, Chops Galley. So every individual station has its own dispatching unit. So there will be no much movement of food other than for the Windjammer. Only for the Windjammer we normally carry the food for deck 4 and 5. Other than that, all the food is prepared in all the stations individually. Like for example, Chops and Portofino don't get anything from none of the Galley, they prepare everything themselves. Only the thing is the baker will be baking the bread and the pastries will be coming from pastry. So other than that, they cook their own sauces, they make all their own. From that salamander,
It's going to take us here.
Oh.
that's the hottest Galley, I would say. Whenever you get plenty of tickets around. Yeah, maybe. They all know by now, right? Yeah. And he's our head baker, Mr. Baxter. Hello. From Jamaica. You all enjoy the favorite bites and all the variation bread that we make? Nice, beautiful, nice sourdough, nice and crispy on top, right? Soft inside.
Deserves a raise.
And he's his assistant, Mr. Jaime Mendoza, all the way from Philippines. Mr. Jaime is so shy that you want to make more rolls, right? You can see Mr. Jaime's arms are more built up because he normally do the rollings and all this stuff. But his life has been much improvised, but advanced machines like this one where we normally make the doughs. And as you can see here, it's been already portioned by this small individual rolls, where we normally sheet up a smaller portion and then put it in here. And then you're going to squeeze this one on top, and then it separates into smaller equal portions. And then it may be further fragmented into a smaller portion to cut it. And then we have a grouper right there in the back. Please do not lean on the wall. Somebody buzzing. And this is actually a rotatory oven. As you can see here, it's finished cooking, or I don't know what it is. It's done already. Do you want to get the yeast make smell?
Yeah.
Open it, maybe it's a little bit hot. Careful. And you're going to see the yeast make smell spreading all over the bakery.
Let's boil butter on mine.
Very careful, this trolley is really hot. So you see that we normally don't cook it in a sheet pan, so like we normally put it into the trolley by itself. So the whole trolley can go inside, and it is actually rotating the oven. As the trolley can revolve by itself, it is right here. And sometimes the other mode like steam and whatever the function it is according to the baker, however he wants. And then it gets cooked. That's the reason why you can see all the breads are looking even, nice and beautiful. If you cook in an oven like this one right in the back, it is still oven we call it as, where we normally have the heat is not circulating properly because the tray remains stagnant, remains in one place. So in the other case, it normally rotates so it distributes an even heat, ensuring same color of the bread on top. And as you can see, some of the different types of bread here that we make for all the other outlets. This is the only smallest station, if you can all imagine. Only 2 bakers working and cooking for you for Solarium, Windjammer, Full Day, 4-5, original chops. All the bread are baked, made fresh here. How they make it happen? How they make it happen? That's where they come from. They experience hotels and everywhere. That's why we call him as a professional, and he's a wonderful baker who's been with the company for 20 years. Ladies and gentlemen, plenty money. So you see here, how does he make it happen? This is how we make it happen. You normally take the flour, as you can see, coming in a 50-pound bag, and you normally put that here, and then you have a smaller valve here to get the water inside also, so you don't have to do literally nothing much to work with. Older in the days, normally the baker has to mix, knead, portion, bake everything. Now here everything is equipmentized actually. So as you can see, another one more here, which is actually a sheeter. So if you want to make a puff dough, and you're normally going to make a smaller mixture in that one, and then you're going to use this as to sheet up, and then he alternate the butter layers, and then fold, up, down, up, down. See? Was it a surprise to you all? So keep your appetite on for the Windjammer lunch or in the dining room. It almost scared me a little bit. I thought I'm going to spill something on you. Luckily it did not. And I'd like to thank Baxter for giving his time to take you all into the bakery. Now let's go to the other stations. You keep your appetite on. You get the ghee smell. Windjammer table. You remember the day one we signed on, and then you see welcome board and all this one. This is all that's going to go into the table. To set up that table, it takes 5 minutes for this decorator, because you use some of this big power and all the racks, and there's all this carving on top. Only thing you need to do is just on top. That's why you see other than that, you normally prepares all the ice carving. So you normally put the logo, the drawing paper logo, the counter anchor. Yes, we have a separate freezer down in the and all the freezers are separate. We have one big freezer only for storing ice coffee. And we have one freezer for meat, and we have one freezer for fish, and we have one refrigerator for vegetables, and we have one refrigerator for dairy, we have one refrigerator for whatever we use. Yes. So I have things down there. So during the application day, the Vancouver will normally get all screws and pallets, so everything will be done in every morning to evening for a whole voyage. Sometimes we do the loading for 40 days, we do all the loading, customer. It's a lot of work, it's loading the money. Very easy. Let's go to the other side. 6 public will walk into the galley. This is going to be the first place they're going to visit. And they're going to visit this machine right in the back, which is actually a wash, rinse and sanitizing machine. So whatever things need to be washed, like all the plates, all the cups, all the glass will be going into the machine, while it will be washed, rinsed and sanitized in each different particular temperature. And they're going to check the temperature, because there is no matter and there is no point when you have a delicious food, nice and tasty, being tested by all the sous chefs, having always the tasting spoon in the pocket, tasting each and everything, and when you have the plate is dirty and the plate is not clean, if you get a dirty plate and then you get sick in day number 3, you cannot enjoy the cooking, you don't have nothing much to eat, right? If you feel sick, you don't feel like eating anything. So it's our responsibility to make sure that you live safe on board, and to ensure that some of the equipment like this is really helping us. And as you can see here, all the clean ones coming out of this machine will be done by the utilities wearing a different color. They normally wear khakis, and then they have a hat also like me and a smaller one. And then they collect all of the stuff right in the corner, and everything will be utilized by the waiters and the cooks. So all this plate will be taken into the hot plate trolleys, and then it will be held in the service line, and then will be plugged in, and then all the plates remain nice and hot. Isn't that necessary to keep the plates hot, right? And that's how we do the cleaning station here this way. I can see here this is the hand washing area. In almost all the galleys you can see in almost all the places. As many as number of hand washing units will be there. The reason why is why? To keep yourself safe, right? The simple way to get yourself away from the normal virus is to just by washing your hands to keep you away from flu or anything else before you eat, before you smoke, whenever you finish the toilet and all those things. So wash your hands for 20 seconds, wash your hands open, 20 seconds again. You see here 1, 2, 3, 4 taps here, and then every washing unit have its own paper towel and its own discarding unit here at the bottom. So it's very mandatory. And right in the back to you is the coffee station where we brew our coffee for you, which is Faithful Coffee, a product of US, where we normally use 1 container for decaf and 1 container for regular. And you have some of the juice machines right in the back, and you have the beverage, and the other side is the Coke and all the dispensing units. And we have one more bistro coffee machine. We call it WMF, a product of Germany. And as you can see here, there are different colors of paint here. One is a yellow, one is a blue, one is a gray, and one is a red. Can you all make a guess why should we have carrying a different color paints? A separation, right? To work in the ship and then to discard all the waste is a very big task. We have one separate unit working only for separation of the garbage. So we thought we could help them by separating the garbage, so it makes their life much easier. So what I want to do is I want to go with the red bin for the any burnable ones, that anything that goes to ashes, the paper, wood, plastics, everything that's going to be burned will be used here. And sometimes the bread husk that will be also used because it can be also be burned. So anything that can be burned can be going in here. The grey ones are one for the glasses and the ceramics. So what do we do with the glasses of waste? We send it outside when we are going for landing. We send it for recycling and we'll make some revenue out of it. And then I try to buy a couple of beers for me also. So how about the one for the blue ones? The blue ones carries all the metals. So what happens to the metal again? Can I throw them on board?
No.
I cannot. If I throw them on board, I go to prison.
Yeah.
Or I have to pay millions and millions of dollars on the company revenue. So it's going to spoil us. So what I do, I make them all the metals into one bin, and then I crush it down, making the individual blocks, and then I sell it also to make some more revenue again more beers also. And then the yellow ones are for the wet garbages, where we normally have rotatory units inside, where normally hulks up all the food, and then will be discarded into the sea at specific knots or specific nautical miles from the shore. And so that's going to be the food for the fish also. Whatever the leftover, like the bread in the basket, that's going to be the dining room, they'll have to be brought inside back. Considering the safety, because it's left open, so it has to consume it immediately. And if it's not done, it will be discarded, and then it will be taken down to the pulper and processed, and then processed down to the sea, and then that's it. So we feed the fish also in the ocean, middle of the ocean. And the red ones is already there, I did already. And that's pretty much, I think I did finish up all the areas. So do you all have any questions? Yes, we do have an incinerator down by deck number 2, where you can see one of the utility pumps, and then it's been especially designed, as you can see, the whole plastic can be detached. Once it's been detached, and then you tie it down, and then you have a big trolley, take it down, put it down, the whole one, because the whole goes with the red into the incinerator and will be burned up. The waste? The weight is to Okay, one of our guests is asking a question, how many employees do we have? We do have 850 crews on board. So we have 136 cooks from all around the world. And we have 5 sous chefs, 1 executive sous and 1 executive chef. So I am one among the 5. So there will be another manager who first.
Get a picture of him?
Yeah. Won't be able to see it. Keep an eye out. Yeah. There's so there.
Would that be great? Yeah. Whale eat one of those seals?
It'd be like a trip order. It'd be like,
Right.
I would pay for the trip then, wouldn't it?
That guy's flipping around.
Oh, look at that guy. This is all inhabitated. Oh, what is it?